a man sat in front of a master and said, "Master, will you write something on this piece of paper for the well-being of my family?" And the master wrote, "Father dies, son dies, grandson dies," and handed the paper back. This man was shocked. He was shocked to see such a message. And he said, "Master, how can you write such a thing? It's so offensive." The master said, "I mean no offence. But if your family pass in this order, with the oldest one first, always dying, then your life will be truly blessed." So I was asked to say a few words about death. Death is a huge subject for us, and we can have a varying degree of understanding about it, from fear-based death, where we do everything to push even the idea of it away, where we're not open to discuss it or reflect upon it as a living presence in our life, to use it as an inspiration in our life, something to encourage us not to miss the moment, something to propel us into our practice and into the best part of all our relationships. The Buddha said, "The one who holds death in front of him lives in this moment now," with that recognition that this moment ultimately is all we have. We can make our plans and our schemes and our ideas about the future, about tomorrow, about next week, next month, next year, but they're just ideas. Life is uncertain. We don't know what can happen at any moment. But one thing we can know for sure is that one day what we call life, this process of consciousness that we call ourselves, this life of ours, will end. And so we can reflect upon this, because that ending will come and we don't know when. You can exercise and keep fit and healthy and eat good food and do those things and take care of yourself. You can even train in meditation and awaken, become enlightened. But it won't prevent death. That's what's waiting for all of us. And so when the Dhamma heart is open, when we commit to this practice, we find ourselves in the position of recognizing that we are born and we will die. So how do we fill that middle part? What do we put into this experience that we call life? Now the Buddha said the one who holds death in front of him lives in this moment now, which means not to miss this moment. This is the only sure thing we have. And so to use this moment as part of our training, as an inspiration to be loving, to be kind, to be generous, to be compassionate, to be caring, to express, to share the best part of ourselves so that we can be happy. Because that's where happiness comes from. Happiness comes from love. It comes from wisdom. It comes from living in the world in a way of awareness. And then we share that happiness with all beings. So our life has some benefit. We are born, we will die. What do we put in that middle part? And also the inspiration that if you are with someone, it is sure that you will die, but it is also sure that they will die. So it's not to miss this moment, to share your heart with this person. If you love someone romantically, emotionally, if you love someone, take care of them. Share that love. Tell them, or even better, show them. Demonstrate that love in your relationship. Our life is a gift. It is the opportunity for full and complete awakening. And in every moment, we are only one heartbeat away from death. Everyone you know, including yourself, one day will die. Now this is not meant to be a threat or an intimidation, but a reminder. This is the reality of life. It's not personal, it's not about you. It's the reality of life. And until we are able to harmonize with this reality, we will always be running, struggling, trying to control everyone and everything. The teaching in Dhamma from the Buddhist perspective is called Maranusati. The reflection on death. The reflection on death as being a reality of life. To consider this life is impermanent. And it's all we have. We can speak about rebirth and reincarnation, but right now they're just ideas. Unless we have the wisdom of awakening, they're just ideas that people speak and express and have formulate opinions about. The reality is you're in your life now. Wherever you are, you have this moment. And in this moment, we express our heart, we express our fear. We express love. And love is better. Love brings a gift to the world. It brings the gift of you. We don't know how long this life will last. Truly, may you all live long, happy, healthy lives, but there's no certainty in that, no matter what you do. So the man knelt in front of the master. He said, "Master, will you write something on this piece of paper?" The master is the one who did the training, who transcended the conventional reality of life and arrived in this place of wisdom. He said, yes, if you want something for the benefit of your family, reflect on this. Because it's not sure. It's never sure. We don't know what can happen in the next moment. Never mind the next 5 weeks or 5 months or 5 years. So bring yourself into this moment now. In every moment we are creating our history. So how will you remember your life? When you come to that moment, at the end of your life, how will you remember it? What will be your last thoughts? That you were kind and considerate and caring and loving, because you certainly have the potential for that. Or you were fear-based and angry and irritated and controlling and manipulative. These are not qualities that have any real value in the world, and whatever you might think right now, do not take you to happiness. So we have this opportunity. We have this opportunity that life presents, this stream of consciousness that we call life. When I trained, I trained with Maranusati. And in the moments when beings close to me have died, my grandmother, my father, my mother, I was able to be at peace with that passing and not express grief or sorrow or sadness, but to put my hands together and say thank you for being a part of my life. I appreciate your presence, even if it wasn't always comfortable for us. Nevertheless, their place in my life brought me to this place in my life. And so I put my hands together and say thank you. This is how we understand death from a Dhamma perspective. That it is an inspiration in our life, an encouragement to practice now, because we don't know if there will be another moment. So I offer this to you for your consideration and your reflection, and may you be well and happy.